Welcome, everyone. We want to thank you for taking some time out of your day to be with us. Come on, let's get to the root of it. Ow!
In these times that we live, we take strides to move forward. We strive to be more, stay strong and be focused. Start a while, we make choices, live or die. And take over starts at the root, and the truth may be hard to swallow. Step one, self-love above anything else. A lot of peace and happiness.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and thank you for tuning in to At the Root of It. My name is Shannon, and on tonight's show, we actually we popped up at the pop-up, but we just, as usual, we got back late, so I have to upload the videos for all of the people that were there at the pop-up. There were great new vendors out there who has just awesome business ideas. There were people that worked with resin that had like beautiful keychains. Hey, Tange, how you doing, Mamacita? Like beautiful keychains and trays and things of that nature. Then we had people that sold shirts, candles, alcoholic drinks, non-alcoholic drinks, edibles, art, jewelry. There was just so many people out there, and I actually have Cute as Can Be actually donated to me some stuff, and so she's basically all about aromatherapy. She makes her own. So this is a spray. It's a aromatic honeydew, and you can use this as an air freshener, as an oil sheen, as a lotion. Like, this is a one-stop shop with this particular item. Let me just put it like this so y'all can see it a little bit. All right. And the next thing that I got was a Quiet Storm bar soap. It's really good, and some shea butter, right? So on tonight's show, we're actually going to do an impromptu while I'm uploading these videos to YouTube, so that you can see all of the different vendors that I was able to catch on video before the rain began and they started to break down. But the people that I actually was able to speak to were actually new vendors, so that's a great thing. But while we're waiting for those things to upload onto YouTube, and then I'll share the link on the Facebook page so that you can see. And a shout out to KK Compliments and to Sierra, and Sierra's side. She's on YouTube as well, for just her contribution to the community. She stuck through it, and she really received a lot of, she had a lot more vendors than she did the last time. And that was because people saw, her tenacity, her push, and it was just really great. It was really, really great. But on tonight's show, tonight was a very rough day today was a very rough day for me. And, having to push through in spite of, was one of the topics that I wanted to bring up with people, is because sometimes instead of pushing through, we'll give up the ghost and we won't push through. Like I work, this is my business. This is what, good evening, D, good evening, good evening. But this is a business that God blessed me with, and I almost had the audacity to not want to do the show tonight. And what doing the show tonight really means to me is that I have to push through in spite of what I feel like. How many people have to do that? How many times do you have to push through when you don't feel like it? That's a very, very common thing. Sometimes, right? The audacity of right? Push through. But I want to stay consistent and persistent in growing at the root of it. And so when the going gets tough, the tough got to get going, and you got to bite the bullet and keep pushing on, even though you're tired, even though you're drained, even though you don't feel like it, or whatever the reasons are. You know what I mean? You just gotta push through, push past the sleepiness, push past the pain. If you may have pain in your body, but this just the push through. You know, it was really heavy, and I won't stop. I said it on the other show, like I'm like Diddy, right? Can't stop, won't stop. And it doesn't matter how tired I may be. It doesn't matter if I really didn't want to record tonight. I really didn't. I wanted to just upload the videos and just keep on going. But God said no. And so here we are tonight. So that's why it's impromptu, because let's talk about some things. Let's go over some things that we've already spoken about. Who has businesses? If you have any businesses on here, please put them up. I'll put them up on the screen, since I'm talking about community anyway, and the videos that are waiting to be uploaded is about the community. One of the real things. Hey, T, thank you so much for tuning in. But what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying, guys, because I always say hey. But the community is really where. Thank you, CC. Thank you so much. KK compliments. This is Miss Sierra Bond. Wait, I'm gonna get okay. Natifa. It's designs by Natifa Sabah Graphics. She has great designs. She does all the type of designs. Then we have KK Compliments. KK is who actually ran a pop-up shop this evening, and just a great job. I'm just gonna give you a hand clap, and I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of your tenacity. I'm so proud of your push through. I'm so proud of your networking skills. Like, I really need to give it to you. And you've gotten with me, but I need to really own it. And congratulations on becoming the ambassador at OneBridge. Congratulations. You should have been, because baby, if you didn't promote OneBridge, I don't know who else did. All right, then we have Dion with Tipsy Cakes. Her cakes are delicious, and I don't even eat sweets, but her cakes are so good. On top of that, they tipsified. So you know what that means? That means that any type of liqueur that you may like can go into the cake, and she blends tastes so well. So I have 3 very great business owners on here tonight, and I'm just so yay. Yes. Well, you look, Tifa, you can make it at the root of his shirt. You can make it. Look, KK, look, Sierra, this is for you. Dion gave you a hand clap because I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. Oh, look, D. Look, Sierra says she loved the bread pudding. That is from Tipsy Cakes. So please, go on Facebook and look these people up. These are my sisters. These are people that I've known all my life. I just met Sierra about a couple of years ago, maybe 3-4 years ago, but just a phenomenal person that she is. She's a pure heart, and you don't find a lot of pure hearts around. Yep, Tifa, you sure can. You sure can make it at the root of it shirt. I would love to see people wear my brand, and that's why I keep going. That's why I keep pushing. And also Natifa is also one of them, that she's one of the people that actually pushes me as well. When I say, should I not do it? And she's like, no, stay consistent, and you come on at 7:00 on Sunday night, stay consistent. But what do you do when you don't know how to push through? What do you do when talking to yourself and saying, okay, I know I need to do this, but I'm tired, or I'm weary, or I just I don't feel like it. What do you do? I'm here tonight because I love you guys. And I want your continued support, and I have to stay relevant. and true to the times. So regardless of what I feel, regardless of how sleepy I am, I'm gonna always come on here at 7 o'clock Sunday night Eastern Standard Time, no matter what. So I'm a phone a friend. You so that's what you do when you want to give up, D, you phone a friend. I get that. Tifa said, when I feel like that, I remember my why. And I think that that's what I did tonight. I believe that that I actually remembered my why, because in all actuality, I have these videos that I can upload and let it tell its own story, or just segment it, you know, and do it different kind of ways. But I said I still have to um come on here and speak to my audience. So that's why I said it's an impromptu show until those videos come up. So yeah, so when I feel like that, I remember my why. That's a very good thing. Sarah, what you mean you don't know? You don't know what you do? You push through. I don't know if you ever get tired, because the way Sierra's side look and how everything is with KK and One Bridge, and you walk in the bridge and your sister's brunch and your this and your that, it don't seem like you don't get tired. You don't get tired. But you keep pushing. So, it's just a thing that you want to be successful. And successful people are not successful by giving up. Successful people are not successful because they gave into their tiredness. Successful people are not successful because they made an excuse and stuck with it. So it's like, now you can't make an excuse. You have to really, all right now, you have to really find what pushes you or propels you to keep going. So yes, yes, the you talking about Cece did her traveling, that's Sierra side. Her YouTube channel. She travels, she does all of this stuff, and I don't see her tired. I just don't see her tired. I don't even know when she go to sleep. But I know she up every day and she's moving and shaking. And Roger, Ro, you listen to music and you sing. That's what pushes you forward. I know that I just you just have to understand that the people without vision will perish. And because God gave me this vision, I gotta treat it as if it was God's and not mine. Because I swear, I hemmed in hard. After I came in from the pop-up shop, I was like, God, I want to go live. But I'm so grateful for it. I'm so grateful that He deemed me worthy to do this and to speak to His people, whoever is willing to listen. So I can't take that for granted. And I think that that's one of the things that we do, is that we take things for granted sometimes, and we think that everything should be how it is, and um just to it's what we feel, and how we're feeling at the time, and really your feelings is not what matters in the grand scheme of things. When the big picture is, or holistically, when the big picture comes, how you feel doesn't matter. It's what you do with those feelings. Do you hone in on the feelings and allow it to embrace you and take you and stop you from doing what you're supposed to do? Or do you take it by the horns and say, no, even though I'm tired, I'm going to push through. Even though I don't feel like it, I'm going to push through. No matter what, I'm going to push through. And that's how we won't give up on our dreams. We won't give up on the vision that God has given us for our lives. So Roger says it helps her get out of that funk and get to moving, because her real reasons are Eminem, which is Messiah and Majesty. So with the right kind of music that's inspiring, whether it's gospel music, whether it's rap music, R&B music, I can't tell you what to listen to, but I know, like, when I'm cleaning, I want to listen to some R&B. You know what I mean? And it gets me moving. I didn't listen to it tonight because I just knew that I had to come on regardless of how I felt. And I believe that us as a community, or as a I don't want to say a community, but as what's the word I'm looking for? As us as a people, I'll just say, um I believe that sometimes we give up the ghost too soon. Sometimes we throw in the towel too soon. Sometimes we don't give it our all and expect it to be what it's supposed to be without putting in the work. But we have to put in the work no matter what. Um, Dion said she gets an unction from God to move. Yes, sometimes like now, do it. Tifa says, I also remember that I don't have to do this. I get to do it. That's such a good point. That's such a good point. That's what I said in the beginning. That, he deemed me worthy. He placed me on this platform to speak to people. And I can't take that lightly. I can't take it like it's just something that I'm doing as a hobby, because in all actuality, I don't know if you guys are healing with every topic that we speak about, but I know for sure that I heal that on in any topic and every topic that God has given at the root of it to talk about, that in there somewhere I have healed a small part of me. And although I say I'm healed, I did the work, there's still a lot more work to do. And so by being as steadfast and unmovable for your dream as you are or were for another person's dream is that much more important. A lot of times we running, oh man, we scared because we late for work. Oh, we late for break. Oh, but what if it's your business? What if it's your business? Are you going to slack, or are you going to give it your all the way you give it to other people who pay you? You know what I mean? So I just really had to really take a look at what God has given me and really be appreciative of what he has given me, because this is just an awesome thing to have this platform and to be able to speak about those hard to speak about topics, and to have you guys on here every Sunday night. I really appreciate you guys like 150 million%. Like I really appreciate you guys, and I appreciate all of the your commentary and your food for thought. A lot of people give food for thought. So Sierra says, God always makes a way, so I never give up. That is so true. And that is so, he always makes a way. Always makes a way. But what if we get in the way of God? Because a lot of times we go off of our feelings. We are, especially in this day and age, we go off of what we feel. And I'm learning that I can't do that. I'm learning that, some of our feelings are scars, and we think that is valid feelings. And it'd be our scars. We used to throw in, like, I used to be a runner. I ain't gonna even front. So me not doing a show would have been the normal Shannon thing to do. It's just like, I don't feel like it. I don't care. Ain't nobody worried about me anyway. But no. God is worried about me. God is worried about me upholding his vision to keep it and to work it to its fruition. So it's just like, we always gotta push. We always gotta push. And no matter how tough it may feel or how bombarded you may feel about what you're doing, whatever whatever your work is, or your job, or what you're trying to obtain, or what you're trying to establish, keep pushing. Don't stop. Keep striving. Don't stop. Don't ignore the I think that might be still a negative self-talk, because I swear that's what I kept hearing. Like, you don't want to do the show tonight. Like, you just did the pop-up. You don't want to do the show. And I like to use myself as an example, because I'm not ashamed of the different things that I go through. And if I can push through, and I've been the biggest procrastinator in my life, like, I think it's like a generational curse, to be quite honest, because we all deal with it in some way, form, fashion in my family, that procrastination. But I will not give up. I will not quit, because there's a method to God's madness. It's not madness, it's healing. And if as long as we keep our eye on the prize, we won't give up. We won't give up. So Sierra said, stop and listen. Stop and listen to what, Cece? Tell me what you're talking about as far as that. And Tifa said, don't get weary in well doing, for in due season you will succeed if you faint not. And that is an awesome, 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 awesome scripture, because that is exactly how I felt. I really felt faint. I really felt tired. And the reason being, and I had a reason to feel that way. So I went to church today and I praised the Lord. When I tell you, I praised God hard. We sang good. We had a good word. We ate good as far as the spiritual word. And then I came home, ate something, and then went straight into the heat. And was out there, introducing myself, passing out my cards, and getting people to go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Wink, wink. I don't know if y'all have or if y'all haven't, but wink, wink. Going to subscribe to the YouTube channel and following us on Facebook and things of that nature. So after singing and praising the Lord and then walking around in the heat, I'm tired. But nevertheless, we're still here and we're almost a half an hour into the show. So I won. Get it. I won. I'm just playing. And then it says, and what Tifa said, she said, I will not quit, therefore I cannot be defeated. That's right. I won't be defeated. And so many things happen. After I was on Sierra's live and she was introducing me, and a phone call came in and kind of distracted us. And then after that, nothing seemed to work. But nevertheless, we still kept pushing on. We're not going to be defeated. At the root of it is of God. And because at the root of it is of God, no matter what comes our way, we're going to stand firm, 10 toes down, stand in the paint, or however you want to say it, until the job is done. And so that he can say, well done, my good and faithful servant. I don't know about y'all. I don't know if y'all even care to hear those words. But as far as me and my house, we want to hear well done. So because we want to hear that, we want to actually make sure that we take care of the things that God has put in our hands to work. Okay. And we want to be faithful over the few so that he can bless us with much. And this is my 27th show, y'all. 27th show. I didn't even know if I was going to get to the 5th show. And we're on the 27th show. So I will continue to press on. I will continue to, and I want you guys to too, don't allow the outside noise to hinder you in your process and hinder you in your goals and in your aspirations of what you want to take care of. Because guess what? At the end of the day, you're only hurting yourself. You're not hurting anybody else by throwing in the towel on yourself. Don't throw in the towel on yourself. You know what I mean? Pick up the pieces, brush your shoulders off, and do what you got to do to work hard and obtain the things that you want to obtain. I'm going to continue to work at the root of it. Dion's going to continue to work Tipsy Cakes. Natifa's going to continue to work DB&S. Sierra is going to continue to work KK and Sierra's side. And anybody else, and Roger, her wig revitalizing company, and she just does hair. We're going to continue to push and continue to do these things that we know that we need to do to get us to the next level. Emotions are not welcome there. Even the Bible says to be sober-minded, so that you can think clearly, so that you can make honest decisions about what you're doing. And a lot of times we allow our emotions to take hold of us, and then everything falls by the wayside, and we wonder why we didn't succeed. We didn't succeed because we didn't have enough gumption or enough pull through, steadfastness, stick-to-itiveness, as Bishop Talbot would say. God rest his soul. But we need to have stick-to-itiveness to keep going regardless. Like I told you, I've never had a problem talking in front of a camera. And Jen She was my camera person. Boy, I love you to pieces, Jen. Thank you so much for taking me. And she was my camera person, and I kept messing up everything. I mean, every time I said welcome to At the Root of It, I messed up every time. And I'm like, oh my goodness. It was just it was kind of discouraging, but I did not allow myself to be discouraged. You understand what I said? It was discouraging, but I did not allow myself to be discouraged. So you have to understand that you gotta push through. You gotta push through. So what this says, I will not quit, therefore I cannot be defeated. Dion said, it has been so liberating to get to the root of so many issues in my life. Yes, and that was one of the things that I was talking to my sister about too, because I was like, because it's an impromptu show while we're uploading these videos, what are certain things that we can discuss? What are certain things that we can talk about on this impromptu show? And one of the things that my sister suggested was the revelations that you get about your life as God is working on you and you're working on yourself. And that's why she said it's been so liberating, because once you understand the reason or the things that you go through in your life and how it has molded you and shaped you, and you can understand now why you view things a certain way, why you do things a certain way, it is so liberating. It really is liberating. And so, we got to keep pushing. Don't give up. We got to keep digging. Don't give up. Like, we cannot give up. We cannot give up. And like Jen said, nope, rise and conquer. That's all we can do. She's laughing at me too, because it was hilarious how I could not get it right, y'all. I couldn't get it right. But nevertheless, God still gets the glory. He still gets the glory. I got some things. I got some cards here from the pop-up shop. This one is Essence of Design. This one is Don Abstract, visual artist. He does the resin. If you see his page, if you can see his card. But Don Abstract, he does resin. And Inspired by Five, they create T-shirts and all of that. They create T-shirts and mugs and everything. They can do anything, and they're really reasonable. They're relatively, they're really a good price. Like, I asked her, like, how much she would charge me for making At the Root of It shirts, and she said $20 a shirt. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. So, we're gonna rise and conquer. So, like I said, I really wanted to talk about not giving up. I really wanted to talk about pushing through, pressing through, because I was a person that gave up a lot. If I was discouraged, like y'all, okay, I'm about to be real transparent, and y'all can yell at me in the comments. I don't care, but like, my transparent moment is that I have to get my license, right? I have to get my license, and I'm scared of this written test, okay? Oh, look. Sierra said, I got a nice short set for $20 from Inspired by Five Design. They're really, really good. Really, really good. And I'm going to get some shirts from her as well. She had some great sayings. Like, she had strong woman, Proverbs 31. I will wear that shirt and wear it proud, because I believe that I'm a strong woman. After enduring the things that we endure in our lives, we have to understand that we are strong women and men, for the men that's out there, and we need to understand who we are. We need to speak to ourselves. We have to encourage ourselves. Like, I really encourage myself tonight. I swear, y'all, I'm tired. We had a good day in church that I'm tired, but I love y'all, and I thank y'all for coming on here. I really, truly do. Jackie Joyner George, I thank you. I think that you liked our page today. So thank you for liking the page. Thank you for joining our live today. I really appreciate you. Just going through the comments. So, Here's okay. Jen said I got a shirt from them with the different names of God, and it has pockets. What? Girl, it has pockets. I love a shirt with pockets, and it's purple, and it's about God. They were all beautiful. Yes, and actually, my sister-in-law Tange had just called us right before we got out the car. Right before we got out the car, and she asked a question about Jehovah and things of that nature. And Jen happened to get a shirt that had all of Jehovah, Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Rapha, Jehovah Sikkenu, Jehovah Shalom, and such a pretty shirt. So it was hanging up, Cece. That's probably why you missed it. But girl, you saw that, you saw the pockets. Well, Tange, look, you called right then, and Jen found a shirt with all of the Jehovah's on it. So I should have took a picture. Jen, take a picture of that shirt for me and send it to me so I can send it to Tange, because it had all his names on it, all of it. And look, y'all, it never fails. My nose always runs on the show. It does not matter. And I'm not even sick. It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, so I was having a transparent moment, right, on sticking to it and not giving up. And yeah, Tange, it was like she had to get it because we were just talking about it. And then she found a shirt. She was listening to Waymaker, Miracle Worker on the way there. She had a Waymaker shirt there. Like, it was just a lot of good sayings on the shirt that I would love to actually rock. But I wanted to tell y'all, so I have to take my license, right? So how about your girl is scared? Your girl is scared because I'm a poor test taker. And so I procrastinate on it because every time I take a practice test, I fail. So I'm like, wait, if I'm failing a practice test, I know I'm gonna fail the regular test. But I keep pushing through, and my tests keep getting better. And my sister actually was the one that pointed out that I was getting better. So it was like, oh my goodness, I could not. It was like, well, at least you're getting better. Your score now. I'm only missing like 2 points from passing, so I'm getting better. But what if I give up? Then what am I losing? I'm losing a chance to actually drive legally. So you know what I mean. So I'm gonna push through. So I use that as an example. Okay, what do you guys have to push through on? What gives you what makes you fearful? What puts you on edge? What are you scared to conquer? What are you scared to address? In fear of losing, or fear of not passing, or fear of not not being able to make it, because a lot of people have different types of fears. But it's just, I had this fear. Yes, T. If at first you don't succeed, try again. I know. I just don't want to pay the money, to be quite honest. I just want to pay one time, get it over with, pass. And plus, I've been driving for a very long time without it. So it's like, oh my God, you really have to do this, and you have to do this and do it well, right? And I don't like failing. Like, really, who likes to fail? So just because I don't like to fail, that's another thing that's holding me back. Like, oh God, I keep failing these practice tests. Like, so who deals with that? You know what I mean? Don't be laughing at me, Tifa. I'm really saying, I'm being really transparent because, geez, I'm like, so y'all pray for me. Everybody give me some thumbs up or give me some hearts showing me that you're praying for me. Just heart it up. Let me see your hearts. Because I just really, I need y'all to pray for me. Because I'm not driving dirty no more. Right? It is time, T. And And, maybe everything is in divine timing. You never know. But don't let fear hold you back. And I'm talking to myself now because, again, fear is holding me back. So, you know, yes, y'all, give me my hearts. Give me my hearts. Y'all are praying for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Pray for me. Somebody pray for me. Had me on their mind. Took some time to pray for me. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know why my nose runs on this show every Sunday. It does not matter. But thank you. Thank you, Dee. Thank you for the prayers. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And Sierra says, when you get past this hurdle, it's only goals from here. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm telling you. And there's so much that I can accomplish once I get it done. So that's the trick of the enemy. You know what I mean? Saying that I can't do something that I know that I can do. But great test takers are great at preparation. Well, girl, listen, let me tell you something. I've never been a planner. I've always been a spontaneous person. Always did things spontaneously. And that's probably why I've ended up in a lot of different things that I've ended up in, because I was spontaneous. But I am preparing, because how I'm preparing is actually taking the tests and seeing how my grades was coming up. I think the first test that I took, I got like a 50. How you been driving all these years and you get a 50? I was so discouraged. I was just like, I just put the whole tablet down. Like, nope, I ain't doing this. Well, I give up the ghost. I ain't doing this. I don't care. And it's like, you're gonna let a little old test defeat you. And then I'm like, and I can reason with my foolishness, okay? I'm like, it's not the test, it's the money. I don't want to spend the money twice. But if I have to, I have to. I really don't want to. Thank you so much, Deep, for the hearts, heart it up. Heart it up in the live. I want to see y'all hearts go up the timeline. But I just want to encourage people, because with my transparency, maybe it might help somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, we have to be free with our testimonies and free with the things that we struggle with, and confess it. Who's gonna use that against me? They're gonna say, aha, you don't got your license. Okay, and well, like, what is that gonna stop? What is that stopping? Is that stopping me from pushing on? Like, can't nobody say nothing? So what is it that you're stopping? What is keeping you locked up on fear? You know what I mean? Whatever that is, I want you to take it and write it on a piece of paper. I'm going to write mine. And I want you to write your biggest fear on a piece of paper. And when you got that on a piece of paper, I want you to go into your bathroom and I want you to flush it down the toilet. Because fear does not come from God. And I'm going to do it to watch. I'm going to videotape it and just put it, it's going to pop up on a live at the root of it. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to write it down, my fear, and I'm going to flush it down the toilet. And it's going to go away, because I cannot and I will not succeed, if that makes sense. I cannot and I will not succeed. I'm going to succeed. You're going to succeed. We're all going to succeed, because we're going to have the tenacity. We're going to have the endurance. And we're not going to faint. We will not faint. Say it in the comments. Put it in the comments for me. We will not faint. We will not faint. So Jen says, being transparent releases us from all bondage and power the enemy has over us. When I own me and my junk, you can't use it against me, period. And that is my MO. If I tell you about me, nobody else can tell you about me, because I already told you about me. You don't got to worry about it. I ain't worried about it. So, but I'm going to be transparent. And you're like, why it took you 20 years to get your license? Well, because I had tickets. I had tickets from people that I took responsibility for, that it wasn't even really my fault. You know what I mean? How many people did that? How many people took the fault of others? You know? So you really gotta just, I mean, but that's my story. That may not be your story, but that was my story. My heart was always to give, but I was always taken advantage of. I was always the one, the fallback person, the person that was like, Shannon will handle it. Oh, she ain't worried about it. Oh, let's do it to Shannon. Like, I was that person. I'm not that person anymore. I talk up, and I just gotta temper it sometimes, but I talk up. But I allow things to happen to me early on in my life that cost me in the long run. It cost me a lot of money. And I had friends at the time. I had friends, some that I'm still friends with, some that I'm just acquaintances with now. But I had friends that helped me along the way because they really, I don't know if it was just the unction of God. For the most part, it was the unction of God. And it was just a friend of mine that just really wanted to help me. And she helped me. And so when you have people around you that love you and that they care for you, people will help you in your time of need. And that's exactly what happened to me. That was the reason why I was able to actually pay it off, because it was expensive and it was something that I didn't do. And God saw fit. So, I'll never take ownership of it. I acknowledge the blessings of the people in my life that has blessed me along the way. Between last year and this year, that helped me along the way. And I'm grateful. I'm really, truly, truly grateful for the help that I received. And believe it or not, when I was praying to God about my license, I asked God to take it away. I was like, it's not my fault. Just take it away. Wipe it clean. You're a miracle worker, right? Waymaker, miracle worker. And he did create a miracle on it. It just wasn't the way that I wanted him to do it. I just wanted him to wipe it clean out the system. When I walk into the DMV, it says it's already taken care of. And it was so funny. It didn't happen like that, but he did give the unction to the people to help me succeed and take care of that. So I said all of that to say this, that at the end of the day, don't be ashamed of the stuff that you are going through and that you're trying to accomplish in your life to become better. We weren't taught, it wasn't important for us to get the actual paperwork. It was just important for us to know how to drive. And that comes with the formation or your household and the thought process of people in your household. And our parents just wasn't important, I'll say. As long as we knew how to drive, I knew how to drive a stick before I got a license. I know how to drive a stick. Most people don't know how to drive a stick, but they got a license. I know how to drive a stick. I know how to drive a manual and automatic. So when I finally get my license, I could drive a truck. Whatever. But again, I think the most that I really want to say about this particular show is just don't give up. Even when you're tired, don't give up. Even when you're worn down, don't give up. And especially don't give up on your own dream. When if for the business owners, we put so much time, effort, and energy working other people's jobs, but we tend to be tired working our own. And that's not going to give us the generational wealth that we're looking for. We have to be able to put the same amount of energy that we put in other people's stuff in our own stuff. And I'm not saying not to be well-rounded and things of that nature, but it has to be that important to you. Because if God brought it to you, he's going to get you through it, right? So it has to be that important to you that you won't let yourself down. You won't let the people that come on every Sunday night like me down. Keep pushing, keep striving, and sometimes you even have to be still. But nevertheless, in your business or in your life in general, if there's things that are hindering you and you have that negative self-talk and You don't want to complete the task at hand, and you're tired and you're mad and you're angry and you're sad, because all of these different emotions outside of drive um, can kind of hinder your process. If you're angry, you may not want to do it because you have an attitude. If you're sad, you may not want to do it because you're crying and you just can't get through it. If you're sick, you may not want to do it because you're sick and you don't feel good. But even in those times, we gotta push through. Even in those times, I'm tired. I want to go to sleep. I want to eat and I want to go to sleep. But like I said, we take the things that God has given us and we cultivate it the way that He needs us to cultivate it, so that it can be so it can be all that it's supposed to be, and so that it can bear fruit. I'm gonna stay tenacious on this because I want it to bear fruit. I know that this wasn't just a fly by night thing because I never prepared. See, look, now I'm gonna bring it back to this. You said great test takers are great at preparation. Now let's take it to the spiritual realm on that, right? When you are a great test taker in the spiritual realm, right? It takes great preparation. And in order for at the root of it to be birthed, it took preparation. It took time. It took time for me to sit with myself to figure out which way I wanted it to go. And this is even for people that want to start businesses. As we said, we have a couple of people on here. And if you have a business, please put it in the comments and I'm going to put it up because we have so many different businesses here. We have KK Compliments. We have DBNS, Designs by Natifa Sabah. We have Tipsy Cakes. And so please post for me if you have a business. Post it on here so that we will promote it, because if we want to build a community, we first must be the community. And regardless of anything, each one teach one, and we have to reach out. We have to support one another. That's one of the things in our community that's why I'm so proud of Sierra, because she has brought people together. And I've seen a lot of other different pop-up shops around Jacksonville, but I just seen how Sierra's grew. It grew time and time again, every time. Like she may have had five vendors the first time, and then 10 the second time. Now she had 25 plus a semi-pro football team, the food truck, and the this and that. So it was so much going on. Also, okay, this is another business. Also, the Smart Movement. The Smart Movement is Natifa's husband, my brother, her brother from another mother, but because she's my sister, he's my brother. But he has a Smart Movement. It's all about the kids because they are our future. And in order for us to train them up right, he's really starting a movement. So please check him out on Facebook. He has a Facebook page, and Tifa put up any information and on here so that we can go and follow and like his page and things of that nature. But the Smart Movement, we want our children to be smart. So let's invest. Let's support. Okay. So the preparation. I know that it took time for everybody to prepare for their business, but no one really prepares for when you don't want to do the business. Right? And not to say that I don't want to do it ever again. It was just today. Like I'm fighting temptation to say, nah, I don't want to do this. But anywho, so we have 10 minutes to go. And I just want to remind you guys of some important information as far as the Patreon. Okay, so I have two members, Roger and Jen, right now. I started it, and I want you guys to videos will be starting to be uploaded tomorrow. And unfortunately, I'm gonna tell you something. Don't be laughing at me, but my hair wasn't done, and I didn't want to start the new project without my hair being done. So now my hair is done. So now I'm gonna be able to do it with satisfaction. And remember, this is for the self-love challenge. This is for people who are striving to heal themselves. So you'll get daily affirmations. It's so much that's going to be on this Patreon page that's not going to be available to Facebook and YouTube. Um, I'm learning the system, so please bear with me. I am computer savvy, but it's just a lot of programs that I have to learn in a short period of time. So please be patient with me. But as we grow and as we affirm certain things in our lives and as we let go some things in our lives, hopefully we'll be able to get better. Okay, because that's all that we really want is to get better. We want to get better in ourselves, get better in our relationships, as far as how we handle things. I've had to learn a lot, in the past 2 weeks, about myself. And I had to take ownership of the things that maybe needed to be tweaked. And with that, it comes understanding. Understand yourself. Okay. Also, I want you guys to please subscribe to the YouTube channel. If anybody is not subscribed, it's at the root of it. And I also want to speak to you guys about the journals. So I have journals and I have a pen. Right now, the journals are kind of expensive if I was to get it from Vistaprint. Just telling y'all. But I have Natifa. I just have to buy the books. But I really want you guys to really think about getting your At the Root of It journals. And the reason being is because that journal has helped me so much get to the root of me. In many phases. Now, it's still more depth to me. If you picture a tree, like there's a tree outside the house right now, and it stands tall, but when you look on the ground, the roots are so big and so wide and so vast that it's even coming up out of the ground. Okay, so when you look at the tree and then you look at yourself, right, and you say, okay, I got to some of the root of me somewhere, right? But I'm not fully done. Just know that we never arrive and that there's always room for change and there's always room for improvement and growth. And as long as you're open and willing to grow and to change, then it'll make a lot of things a lot easier. So stop getting in your own way. I'm talking to myself as well because I get in my own way a lot. I self-sabotage a lot and I don't even realize that I'm doing it. And it's due to past hurt, wounds, and things of that nature. But get out your own way. Work hard for what you believe in. And if it's your business or if it's somebody, I'm not knocking people who work for other people because, not everybody is meant to own their own business. But if God has blessed you with an idea that can actually be lucrative, don't give up the fight. Keep pushing. Even when it's just, your life can take a spiral turn. Let that be the battery in your back. Let that be what you focus on instead of your hurt and your pain. Build your company. Continue. I know that when I first started, I started At the Root of It in December. By February, I was going through something very emotional, right? And I didn't know what to do. I was sad, I was hurt, I was angry, and I just didn't like how I was treated, how I felt. I didn't like any of it. But instead of wallowing, I put 110% in At the Root of It. So that's where the Valentine's Day show came in. That's when the Black History, the Black Lives Matter came out. That's where the Lift Every Voice show came out. That's where so many different things. That's where our Viewer's Choice with the postpartum That's when that came out. Like it was so many things that was birthed out of it. I could have wallowed. I could have sat in my bed and I could have said, "Woe is me, it's not fair." But and yet it's still I pushed through because God gave me a vision. And just imagine yourself being pregnant with a baby, right? And you're tired. You don't want to get up. And it's 3 o'clock and this baby hungry. You gonna let the baby cry? Or you gonna get up and feed the baby? Are you gonna be negligent? Or are you gonna get up and feed the baby? Well, imagine that your baby is your business. Are you gonna be negligent? Or are you gonna get up and feed your baby? Because I know that at the root of it was birthed December 1st, 2020, and I just won't let my baby go hungry. I won't let my baby go unclothed, and I'm gonna change her. I'm gonna nurture her, and I'm going to preserve. And look at Sierra. Sierra said, and I persevered. Yes, I did. I persevered. I persevered. And what was supposed, and I had told my sister and our friend Nardis on Friday, or I don't know if it's Friday or Thursday, but what I did tell him, I said, see, even when it looked like I was losing, I was still winning. Because when people, places, and things tried to bury me, they didn't realize that I was a seed. And I know I got that from a meme, but it's so true. There's so many things that come at you that you don't even see spiritually, mentally, emotionally, that can knock you off your game. But greater is he that's in me. And regardless of what it looked like, regardless of what it felt like, I had a baby to attend to. It needed to be nurtured. It needed to be, grown. It needed to be fed. And so I didn't allow my past or my hurts, my current hurts, to dictate to me if I was going to do it. Now, after the show, did I lay down and wallow? Of course I did. But for that hour, baby, I handled my business. So if anybody didn't get anything else out of this, I just want you guys to never give up. Feed your baby. Take care of what you have to. And in closing, because we have 3 minutes, we did it. Just know, Sierra, if you want to let everybody know, those videos will be up definitely by tomorrow. I want to try to edit it together so that it's not so spliced because of how everything went on, So I will definitely, yes, I will. I will definitely call you after the show. But once I get everything edited, I will definitely put it on the YouTube page and send it on out. And so that the people that I was able to catch before the rain will have their time to shine. I do say that a lot of the people that I interviewed today were new people, even though the people that I interviewed last month were still there, but for the most part, the people that I interviewed today were new to the pop-up shop. So please tune in next week, because next week is going to be a doozy. All right. And I say that every time, but next week is really going to be a doozy. And although my Patreon members actually get the shout out for what the next show is, I really want to tell y'all what the next show is going to be about. It's going to be about the difference between jealousy and envy, because there's so many people that walk around with a jealous spirit or envious spirit or a covetous spirit and don't really understand what those blockages are. If you don't acknowledge those things and what it does to you and what it becomes to you. So tune in for that, because that's really interesting. I've always talked about it, but we're going to go in depth. We're going to have some points, and we're gonna have some examples of jealousy and how people react and respond to you. And hopefully I can find ways to dispel jealousy and envy. Okay? So that's going to be a great show. Please tune in. Please invite. Please click tag and share. And please, again, please, I'm trying. please join Patreon. It's patreon.com/@the-root-of-it. All right. Until we meet again, guys, thank you so very much for being on the show. Thank you, Cece, for everything, for allowing me to come to your pop-up shop. This is Cece's logo, KK Compliments. All right. Thank you so very much. And until we meet again, see you later. Bye.
Welcome, everyone. We want to thank you for taking some time out of your day to be with us. Come on, let's get to the root of it.
In these times that we live, we take strides to move forward. We strive to be more, stay strong and be focused. Start a while, we make choices, live or die. Takeover starts at the root, and the truth may be hard to swallow. Step one, self-love above anything else, unlock peace and happiness.